Hello everybody and welcome back to Crusader Kings, where we are currently working our way out of debt, and we don't have any factions currently brewing. So that's kind of wild. We do definitely, what is this? Deserting levies? Okay, not ideal, but not the worst in the world. It'll do for now. So we're going to continue to work through our debt here. That's very important that we come out of debt soon. We can attend this guy's coronation. We want to hold our own coronation, but we need so much money. We don't want to gain stress. We'll never see his face again. Okay, no longer do we have lackluster administration in Venadu. So that means that this is going to passively increase if we're not actively building our growth here. So that means that we have a passive increase in our capital. We have a passive increase here, which is already maxed. We'll have a passive increase in Cullum. Calicut's good. And we have a passive increase in Mahal. This means that we should be starting to work on raising our authority in Cananor. So that is indeed exactly what we're going to do here. So we're going to swap up over to here. Because now, as we can see, plus 0.94. Beautiful. Here we're only going to be growing by 0.25, but at least we'll be growing. Every single county now has increasing control levels. Okay, lively livestock. So we can get a cattle herd, or we can try to make a bigger cattle herd, and that's what we're going to do. Oh, we failed an 80% chance. Okay, sad. Well, it's not the end of the world. It wasn't a huge deal. So it sounds good. Okay, we've fulfilled a betrothal. That sounds fine. What we need, of course, right now is just very large amounts of money. That's what we need more than anything, is just insane amounts of money. We need about 19,000 gold to come out of debt here. We went very heavily in debt to retain the realm, and we were partially successful. Certainly not entirely. Okay, what's going on here? The scandal. My vassal Begum Sati has been showing the signs of pregnancy for some time now, comma. And then it just ends. Now everyone knows. Oh, okay. She's pregnant. I don't see what the problem is. Sure. Okay. Whatever. That's kind of just something that happens, you know? I'm sure it'll be fine. So at this moment... Oh, this guy learned Tamil. Cool. Send my regards. So at this moment, there's a Liberty faction that was just created, and we'll see if that becomes a thing. Up over... Hang on, where is this? Increase control. Okay, so this is in Kolathunad, which of course, Kolathunad is this up over here. So we lost the incompetent tax collection there, which reduces our taxes by 40%. Now, our control level multiplies our taxes, right? So our county control right now is 1 here, so we're only getting 2% of the taxes from here anyway. But it's still useful. At least we're getting a 40% increase on our 2% of taxes. It's kind of odd that that's 2%, isn't it? It is kind of odd. Interesting. So there's a peasant rabble faction, and we'll see if they end up spawning. We really do need to get out of debt. What faction is this? Is this the peasants? Actually, it's nomads. And peasants. Okay. Nomads and peasants are no big deal. We're not concerned about them as of right now. We just need to continue to work up our situation here. Now, our court grandeur is ticking down. That's understood. Actually, 900 gold can control growth reduction in Madurai. So Madurai is, of course, this up over here. We're already at full control growth. The main problem is that might bring us negative with our lackluster administration, but I don't think it will. We're at 0.62. This is at minus 0.1. So even if our passive growth is cut in half, we should still remain positive here. So I'm going to take the gold. It is actually slightly negative. Okay, that's understood. When does this go away? Not for a while. Okay, so this is dropping. I still think it's worth the gold. This guy wants to become our tributary. Agreed. Okay, so that all sounds good. We're making 350 gold per month right now. Okay, now 340, but still. So that's all very good. Losing 26 stress is not bad here. Okay, so that looks fine. We'll lose a little bit of stress. Fantastic. I'd like to drop our stress further. That will cut into our income. So we need to keep that in mind. Kolathanad no longer has deserting levies now. So we've been cleansing off these corruptions pretty nicely. I'd love it if we could get rid of lackluster administration. It'll be gone by default in 4 years, but it'd be really nice if that just cleansed off. Okay, betrothed can marry. This is our player Aaron's son. Actually, yes, we should do this. Okay, so that looks fine. Excellent. And we do have a secondary spouse slot. We'll keep that open for now. Oh, there's an independence faction here that fired up. Okay, so we've got this guy. This guy's the primary problem. He's got a male child. That's unfortunate for us. Unfortunate indeed. I'm going to ask him to convert. We'll see what he thinks. He'll do it for a hook. Done. Now, that's not actually going to change anything in terms of him being in the faction. So that's fine for now. Betrothal is fulfilled. Let's look at this guy. 29.5. Well, that's unfortunate. He's got a bunch of male children. And 2 married daughters. Okay. Very unfortunate there, too. Okay. So we've got this guy. He's got a hook on us at this moment. They want independence. And what can we do about this guy? Well, we can't really set up any sort of marriage here, I don't think. Or can we? This would get us an alliance with him. Who is this? She's his courtier. Hang on. Is this... This is his... Wait, what? So... Okay, so this is his father. Or his grandfather, and this is her father. So she's his aunt, then. Wild. They wouldn't accept this right now, to be clear. Mostly it's our low legitimacy. So that's understood. We can see if he would accept any of these others, although it's maybe not very likely. Low legitimacy is a problem for us, but we can't do anything about it yet. So apparently there are a bunch of siblings here. Yeah. That's kind of wild that relationship gives an alliance. But he wouldn't accept this at this moment. That is due to legitimacy and his opinion of us. There's very little we can do about it. We might just have to fight them. We do have a stewardship perk available, and that is a very big deal for us because that gives us at any cost. That boosts our domain taxes by 20%. But even bigger, we can now sell trivial titles. So that's 1,500 gold. And this guy reduced his feudal taxes to us, but paid us 900 gold. For now, I actually prefer that we have the amount of gold. But later on, we're going to be upset about that. Okay, if we notice, later on, if we notice. So that reduced our overall debt to 12k. That's a big deal. Our debt is dropping, and it's dropping quickly. So if we look at this guy, we can see that his opinion of us is minus 15 from being 2 years in debt. Okay, we're uncrowned, sure, that's a problem. We can't hold a coronation until we come out of debt. But it's mostly that legitimacy that's a problem, and we definitely want to do something about that. I'm wondering, now that he gained a little bit of opinion with us, what is he thinking about this now? Minus 50 reasons due to opinion of the matchmaker. Okay. And another 16 from opinion of the spouse. So he would do this if he liked us a bit more. So that's good to know. Now, we're currently fully endorsed by our Realm Priest. We could start working on swaying him, but I don't think we would get even a single tick before this fired. Maybe we just let it fire and crush the rebellion. We do, of course, need to come out of debt, and the question is, when will that be a thing? Well, it kind of depends, right? A big thing that it depends on is when we can extort subjects again. 3 years? Okay. That's going to speed things up when we get that. So that is absolutely noted. So up in Canonor, I'm waiting for this lackluster administration to be cleansed off. We could isolate our capital, but we're not going to do that. We're definitely interested in not fighting this guy. I would prefer not to fight this guy. But as of right now, he has very little reason to not fight us. 43 reasons now. Unimpressed by our royal court and low legitimacy. Yeah, those are problems that will be solved, but can't be solved yet. Okay, who is this? Oh, is this our wife? She died in childbirth, I think? Yeah, our wife died in childbirth. Okay. The child did not die, but our wife did. So that's, you know, not necessarily the worst thing in the world. We now have an additional secondary spouse slot if we had someone that we wanted to establish an alliance with. And we do have people that we want to establish alliances with. Let's see if we can do anything with this guy. I mean, he's got 992 reasons not to do this because his faith is different. So that's fair enough. And then we've got this guy. What do we got going on here? No valid characters found. Okay. So we would definitely be most interested in getting something like this done. 43 reasons. Okay. But I think we're just going to have to fight them. I think that's what it comes down to. Well, Orthodox populists have disbanded. That's cool. We're going to come down under 10k here very shortly. So it'll be under 5 digits. That'll be nice. As soon as we get a month tick here. There we go. And where is this guy located? That's not too bad. Okay. But that's where he's located. That's not where his realm is. His realm is this one out over here. Noted. So that's a little ways away. I think what I'm going to do here is we're going to pre-raise our forces once he's at 1 month to ultimatum. Because this is a little ways away here. Okay, he's at 1 month at this moment, and that sounds good. No, this person can stay a while longer. There we go. Okay, so we're going to drop our rally point right here. We're going to raise all here. And this is not going to be the worst war in the world for us. But it is going to be obnoxious because we're going to have to pay for it. So that is understood. So these guys can send their ultimatum at any time. And actually, somebody else joined this, which is, you know, rude. But we'll see what they want to do. We're pre-raising. It's all fine. We are bankrupt. Yes, this is accurate. Let's see. We could definitely get this guy give this guy a favor. I think we keep doing confiscating religious property because this is kind of the cheapest option here. But this is 10% of our remaining debt right here. 10%. That's huge. So we're going to get that paid off. That's fantastic. Here's the independence demand. We will not be threatened. So we're going to stop gathering here, and we're just going to reset this. There we go. And we're going to siege this down nice and quickly. Uncooperative guilds in the Maldives? Okay, that's fine. I don't mind that. So we need a new steward. That's going to be this lady. She's very good at the job, actually. And that seems excellent. Okay, So we've got that under control. We're going to wander off, actually up over here because of attrition. We don't want to take those attrition ticks if we can at all help it. So we're at 13% war score right now. Now 18. Now we're at 22. We're going to come down over here. We have ticking on our side at this moment, by the way. And we're going to continue to siege these areas. Now, he's got a force down here. I would love to fight that force. We will see if we get an opportunity. We're going to siege down here, then we're going to have to come down this direction, and we'll see if that becomes a thing. So we're 37%. Okay. The nomads have decided now is the time. Fair enough for them. So we're going to head up over here. There's only 850 troops here. And what we're going to do is we're going to drop our rally point right here. We have not raised up all of our forces. Hang on, where is this? Is this faction rebelling as part of this? Oh, that's obnoxious. Okay, so with that in mind, where can we go to raise this? I guess down here? That's really annoying. We can take this 30 gold. I think what we're going to do right now is we're just going to ignore the nomads. If they break away, they break away. We're going to come down over this way and keep on a siege. And they're working on taking back their capital. That's understood. We're going to just wrap around up here. We're now known as the Unworthy. I mean, fair enough. And we're going to siege here, make our way up over this direction. And then we're going to fight these as soon as we can. So we're going to head up over here. We need to siege here first because we really don't want to take that attrition tick. Okay, that guy gained a hook on us. Very rude. So we're going to head up over this direction, and how long on these others? Okay, so this is a populist faction here. I'm going to demand a conversion from both of these. If either converts, that might end that populist faction. Okay, that guy refused. This person wants to submit to us as a suzerain. We accept. And this guy accepts for a hook. I accept that. Okay, so these populists here are weaker. They're not weak, but they're weaker. Okay, so we're going to finish that. We're going to come up over here and fight these guys. The game doesn't think we're going to win that. I strongly disagree. We're going to win that. This guy wants to submit to us as suzerain. We accept. Okay, we're actually losing this. This is probably because of the fort here. We need to retreat as soon as we can. Okay, our retreat point is over to here. That's really unfortunate right there. Really, really unfortunate. Okay. So we need to make our way over to here. We're very close to getting out of debt at this moment, and this is the Liberty faction. We don't have any legitimacy to lose. We'll just put him in prison. Okay, I'm going to siege right over here. And I believe that the reason why we lost this was due to the fort level of this location that I didn't factor in. I should have factored that in. It was very close, though. So we're currently at 76% war score here, and I want to head up here, and I do want to continue giving battle. So we're going to head up this direction. I don't really want to fight them in this location. Yes, this is a much better location to fight them, or just fight them here. Are they going to attack? They are going to attack. So they think that they can win this, and I don't know that they can. They're pretty far behind. They're pretty spread out here. Yeah. That's what I thought. We win this. Perfect. This could end the war. Which would be a big deal for us to end the war right now. Okay. It didn't end the war. It put us at 84%. We're going to head up, and we're going to siege right up over here. This is of vital importance that we get this sieged. 90%. We're going to grab this. 94%. We're going to come down here. And this will end the war. Okay, this is fine. He gains an unpressed claim. I was concerned that it was another rebellion, but it was not. So we're going to enforce these demands, and I'm going to disband this force. Yeah, it's going to take them time to return home. That's understood. Now what we're going to do is we're going to come up over here, because we need to take out this force. We're going to raise up some troops here. We're also going to bring in our primary holy order out over here. That would be these guys, but we actually can't afford this. Okay, that's unfortunate for us. We could get some mercs here, or we could just raise up these forces. We're a little close here, I feel like. They're going to finish their siege very shortly. So I'm going to move these guys up over here instead. We're going to raise up over this way. We do get a new perk here, and that gives us Avaricious. So that boosts us up to 512 gold per month. That's huge. So we need to get some amount of force up here, and we need to do it fairly quickly, right? The plan was to use the Holy Order, but that's not going to be a thing because the Holy Order basically doesn't exist right now. So that's understood. We need to have somewhere around 5,000 to 10,000 troops here, I think. So we'll just raise up what we can. We do have a knight up over here. That's good. Okay, do we think this is enough to win the battle? No, is the answer. I don't think that this is enough to win the battle. We could hire mercs to guarantee it. That would cost money, of course. And the question is, do we want it to cost money? Well, we can get some money back like this. So there's that. Okay, we are getting some forces grouping in here again. So that's good. Like I said, I think we need somewhere between 5 and 10k. Okay, so we've got about 6,500 here, 7,000. Here's 10k. I'm going to stop gathering here. I see that our spearmen have shown up here, as have our bombards. Actually, I'm going to wait. Okay, so that's some of our main forces. I'm going to bring these guys down over here, and we're going to raise more forces right up over here. The goal here is that this force is going to give battle. And then these guys are going to start slow sieging at the war goal. If we get any forces over here, anyway. So we're going to come down here, give battle. I'm hoping that we stack wipe this and just end this war. That would be the dream. We're also incredibly close to coming out of debt right now. This is enough to slow siege, so we're going to head on over here. And then I'm going to just raise any men-at-arms that we don't have up over here. Okay, so we're going to fight this. We should win this very easily. We may even stack wipe it. Yes, war's over. Perfect. We'll enforce those demands and disband our troops. Okay, so that gains us some legitimacy, which is, you know, nice. But we're almost out of debt at this moment, which is far more important. Far more important. So I want to check up in Cananor here. This no longer has the lackluster administration. So now what we need to do is we need to move our county control to here, because we need to get rid of these county corruptions. So that's what we need to do now. We are growing in control in all of our locations here. Pay ransom. This is our prisoner and vassal. I'm going to say no, even though that would bring us out of debt. We are going to ransom this guy, and as soon as we can, this girl. Okay, we are officially out of debt, by the way, at this moment. And what that means is that since we are, this is actually acceptable, since we are out of debt, we are now finally, at long last, reinforcing our men-at-arms, which is going to dramatically increase our power on paper. Extremely dramatically. Yes, we accept this. We should also start increasing our court grandeur, but we need to hold a coronation. That is a very high priority at this time. So if we were to hold a coronation here, where is this? We've not held a coronation yet. So we need to go into activities and we need to hold a coronation. The question is, how much is this going to cost? So this coronation is going to be down at like the traditional coronation location. This is fine. We're going to need to handle some of this stuff, of course. So that's okay. We're going to need a mountaineer, and then, like, just mercenary guards would probably do the trick. It's really rough going through this area, though. Jungle? That would do the trick. Okay, that's even cheaper. So we'll put this guy in as our caravan master, and this is going to end up costing how much? About 3,000. Okay. We will have that soon. Very soon. But the really important thing here... Okay, we're going to punch somebody. Excruciating irritations, yeah. So that drops us down to stress level 1. That's a much better position for us. This ransom is acceptable. Madurai lost unsafe highways. That's very good for us. That means that our only corruption left here is lackluster administration. And that will be removed now, actually. So that's perfect. And at this moment, this ransom is acceptable. And just look at our troop quality just skyrocket. Which is exactly what we expect once we're finally out of debt. So that all looks good. We can even extort our subjects right now, which we're going to do. Consider it an extra test of loyalty. So that puts us up to 3,500 gold. This is acceptable. And next month, we will be able to hold our coronation. So that is absolutely perfect. We're still nowhere near where we need to be in our control levels. We've got a lot of work to do on all of that. So that's understood. We have county corruptions that need to be gotten rid of, and this ransom is acceptable. And now we need to hold that coronation. So let's go ahead and not go to King Olaf's coronation. We're going to hold our own coronation. So that's going to be out over here. And we're going to do Jungle Stalker. We don't actually need the Hill Guard, so that's excellent. We're going to go here and here, 3,000 gold, and there we go. We can even build a building. It's been a really long time since we've built any buildings. We can build 2. Do it. So we just finished increasing county control in Madurai. We need to be working on removing county corruptions wherever possible. So here in our capital, we do have 2 county corruptions at this moment, and we need to get those removed. So we'll work on that. One of them will remove instantly when we get to 25, or rather when we get to full control, and it'll drop down to 75. So this ransom is acceptable. Looks good. Okay, so we are now going to be holding our coronation. Soon, our reign begins. Okay, so our reign has begun for a while, to be clear, and we're going to grab Lasting Line for our dynasty legacy, but we also need to go into the royal court because we need to bump up our court grandeur. So we need to just put this right on up over here. There we go. So that's going to bring our court grandeur back up. We're going to get some legitimacy from this coronation, and that's a very big deal. The biggest thing of all, though, is the fact that we've managed to regenerate our men-at-arms. Our men-at-arms are incredibly strong, and the fact that we've been able to regenerate them is huge. So we've increased county control in Venambad because we've lost the deserting levies. That's actually really good for us. That means that we're only going to have to cleanse one of these manually once. And that's absolutely enormous. So we're going to lose the bandits running rampant here and bump up our control level. And that sounds great. And there we go. So that looks good. And down over here, I'm going to go ahead and build an elephantry. Wonderful. So we're waiting on this coronation to begin. And that's going to begin in 6 months. Okay, sounds good. So we've got these constructions happening, and that's all fine, but we're just going to continue to pour money into our constructions for right now, and it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that, and next episode, we're going to work on bringing up our legitimacy. That's going to become our top focus for right now. We have a long ways to go on bringing up our legitimacy. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Dark Horse, Ethan Feldman, Upper Cumberland Gamers, Nick Smarty, Punching the Microphone, The Lounge STL, Spock, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.